Hello there guys, Mr. Missing in Action back with another Raid Shadow Legends shard pull for you. Today I've got another subscriber shard pull. It's actually a subscriber that I pulled ancient shards for last weekend. Deharanon, level 77. I pulled 44 ancients for him last weekend and basically got nothing for him. So basically I'm back again on his account, hoping to basically make up for last weekend. I'm surprised he's allowing me back onto his account after the kind of poor shard pull that I did for him. But we are back. He does have 8 sacreds, and I'm very thankful that he's allowed me to pull them on my channel today. Hopefully we can make up for the terrible pull that we gave him last weekend. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link in the description to that one. But yeah, he's got 8 sacreds. If we take a quick look at his champion list, he's got a good spattering of legendaries. No duplicates there. If we take a look at his vault, see if there's any hanging out there. Doesn't appear as though there's any legendaries there in the vault. So yeah, we're really just kind of hoping for legendaries which are not duplicates for Deharanon. So fingers crossed for him, guys. He deserves it after last weekend. So anyway, let's get on with it. Let's pull these 8 sacreds for him and see what we can get for him. So here we go then. 8 sacreds on the 2 times chance. Here we go with the first one. I'm really praying for some good quality legendaries for you, Deharanon. Here we go with the first one, my friend. What are we going to get? Fingers are crossed. Come on, we've got a lag. We've got a serious lag. It's an epic. Okay, we've got Juliana. Juliana is an old school epic. She's a poisoner. She was the clan boss go-to before some of the other poisoners came in. Still fairly solid epic in terms of poison and clan boss. But yeah, not the best of starts. Let's move on to the second one. Here we go. We really want to see some gold in these 8 anyway. The law of averages should say 1. I'm hoping for at least 2. Oh, we've got Berg the Malformed. He's the new epic that was fusible previously. I don't actually know if he's got him. We'll go check in a minute. On the A1 single attack, when you ascend it, you get a 50% chance of placing a continuous heal buff on himself. If the attack is critical, that's for 1 turn. On the A2, we have an AoE, 30% chance of placing a provoke debuff. That can be booked up to 60%, and that goes on for 2 turns. That's a really solid provoke right there, particularly as you can book it down to 4 turns. And he has a passive whereby whenever this champion is attacked, so we've got some synergy here actually with the provoke. He actually heals all allies except himself by 20% of the damage received. So that's kind of nice when you pair it up, when you think about it, with the A2, with the AoE provoke. Yeah, they're pretty solid in terms of a healing mechanic, an all-team healing mechanic then. That's pretty nice, actually. Not sure if he's already got it. I hope not. I hope it's a new one for him. But here we go. We've got 6 more. Here we go. By the way, guys, after these, I'm going to pull my 2 sacreds. Oh, we've got Blood Feather. Okay. Blood Feather is one of the epics in the Raz infusion. I actually wouldn't have minded this one on my account, to be honest. It's the last remaining epic that I'm waiting for my Raz infusion. So I would have took this. Anyway, on the A1, single attack, 20% chance of inflicting a critical hit. On the A2, single attack as well, 20% chance again of inflicting the critical hit, this time placing a 60% decreased debuff. That's the strong version. Decreased defense debuff. A3, single attack again. It's all single attacks with this one. Places the strong form of decreased speed for 2 turns. We've got some turn meter reduction there. Again with the 20% chance of inflicting the critical hit. So you can build this one up with only 80% crit rate. I wouldn't personally build this one. This one is really kind of for the Raz infusion. Comes with allied crit rate in faction crypts as well, which means in a faction crypt you'd actually only need to build it with 60%. Very mediocre to bad epic. I'm sorry, Deharanon, we're not doing so great yet. But we do have 5 more. I really want to get a Lego for you, at least the one. Come on, let's see some gold. What are we going to get? It's another epic. Bone Keeper. Yeah, middling to bad in terms of epics as well. Not a whole lot to talk about here. We're going to move on for time. I don't want to keep you for half an hour, really. 4 more to go. Come on. Please. It's another epic. Another one of the new epics, Fane. Fane, solid for clan boss in an unkillable team. If you're not running an unkillable team, then her defense is way too low. But let's have a quick look. 2-time on the A1 with a chance of stealing a very small amount of the turn meter. On the A2, single attack, solid chance of placing 2 poisons. When ascended, also places the decrease attack for 2 turns. Strong version, you can book it down to 3 turns, so potentially she could be your decrease attack as well. Although if you're playing her in an unkillable clan boss team, then decrease attack is really not necessary. So it's a bit of, A3, 3 times on 1 enemy. First hit has a strong chance of placing the decreased defense. Second places a weaken. And the third heals the champion for every debuff on the target. That's pretty solid. Long to cooldown on that. Get it down to 4. Yeah, not a bad one. Don't know if he's got it from the previous fusion. Again, we'll have a quick look. 3 more to go. Come on, please. I need to get a Lego for him. I need to get a Lego. It's another epic. Oh, it's one of the new epics, actually. Balthus Droglord. This is probably going to help him, actually, if he's going for the fusion. I don't know whether he's going to. But yeah, pretty solid champion from what I've seen. Single attack on the A1. Reasonable chance, up to 40, of placing the strong form of decrease attack. I think this guy could work reasonably well as a decrease attacker in Clan Boss if you're playing with a counter attacker or ally attack. AoE on the A2, strong chance, booked up to 100, of placing decreased crit rate, which is an interesting one. On the A3, single attack, booked up to 100% chance of placing a provoke for 2 turns, also giving a 20% heal based on his max HP. Under Ascension Level 3, we have a passive, which looks nice. Reflects 30% of the damage this champion receives back to the attacker. So I'm wondering if that can work pretty well in a clan boss setup as well. Comes an aura, ally defense in faction crypts by 30%. I think he might be happy with this one, particularly if he's going for the Pixnial fusion. 2 more to go. Come on. I so desperately want to see gold for him. I haven't got any gold yet. It's another epic. It's Spider. Spider is a solid epic. Actually solid for Spider. On the A1, single attack with a reasonable chance, booked up to 70 of removing a random buff. On the A2, AoE attack decreases the duration of all buffs by a turn, and a 50% chance, booked up to 75, of placing decrease attack. When you ascend it up, it books up to the strong version of decrease attack. On the A3, solid chance, booked up to 100, of placing the strong form of decreased defense on all enemies for 2 turns. That's really nice, actually. It's on a long cooldown, but this can work in the arena as well. 30% chance, again booked up to 70. We've got plus 40 here, of placing weaken on all of them as well, which is solid. That's pretty nice for the arena as well, because generally speaking, you're probably going to only be throwing this out once. Makes him a nice decreased defense combined with weaken in the arena. Comes with an aura, ally speed in dungeons by 25%, which is really, really solid. In terms of epics, it is a solid one, guys. Hopefully it's not a duplicate for him. We got one last chance at the Lego for him. Here we go. Please, 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 please. It's another epic. Wow. Okay, Gal Cut, not a whole lot to talk about there. Deharanon, I'm so sorry, my friend. 10 epics. You did get one of the new ones. You did get some fairly solid epics in there. Let's go take a look, see if any of them are dupes. Let's have a look in the index. Go away. I don't want to be buying anything on anybody else's account, of course. We got a lot of reds, and I'm assuming that's because it's not been cleaned out. Let's just have a quick look in the champions list. Take a look at what we're looking at. What would we have? We know the new one's not going to be a dupe. Fane does not look like a dupe. Berg does not look like a dupe to me. Yeah, there's a few reasonable epics that we've pulled there. Bergot, Fane, and this new one, Balthus Droglord. Okay then, guys, I'm going to switch over now to my account. I've got 2 sacreds. And we'll see how we go there with mine. So back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, so we're back in my account now. I only have 2 sacreds myself, and I almost don't want to pull a legendary now because I'd feel so bad about Deharanon. But let's see what I can come up with. Okay. Fingers crossed. Obviously, legendaries would be nice, but I really feel bad about Deharanon. So let's see what happens on my account. I've only got the 2. Let's go with the first one. We always get the lag on the first one for some reason. But what are we going to get? I've got the gold. I'm so sorry, Deharanon. Norak. Now, Norak is a skinwalker, and I am really suffering in terms of good skinwalkers. My weakest faction in Faction Wars, actually. He's a defense-based character. On the A1, single attack, 40% chance, booked up to 60 of placing block cooldown skills. That should work pretty solid in Arena, actually. Damage is based on defense. Does come with a relatively high defense stat as well. On the A2, AoE attack, places block buffs on everybody. No? Places block buffs on all of them, yeah, absolutely. For 2 turns. 4-turn cooldown, booked down to 3. On the passive, he is immune to stun, freeze, and sleep debuffs. That's really nice. Decreases the damage taken by all allies by 7.5%. Interesting. When ascended, the damage is decreased to, what is it? Let me get this right. Decrease the damage to 15% for those under 1 or more buffs, and 25% if they have no active buffs. That's pretty fantastic, actually, as a healing mechanic. Norak, yeah, he looks pretty solid. He might make it into my clan boss team, actually. And he comes with an aura, which is also awesome. Ally defense in dungeons by 40%. Really, really solid, underrated legendary. Sorry, Deharanon. So sorry. I got one more. What am I going to get here? Fingers crossed. It's an epic. And it's nothing. Marksman. Quite possibly one of the worst epics. I am not going to waste your time talking about this one, guys. But yeah, I got the only legendary there, Norak. He's a solid legendary. I am happy, really. But I do kind of wish it had dropped onto Deharanon's account rather than mine. But yeah, I'm going to play around with him. I'm going to get him built up, of course. There's probably going to be a champion guide coming in the future for him. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me, guys. If you've enjoyed this content, if you want to get involved in a subscriber shard poll in the future, just message me down below in the comments. I'm going to leave the link to my Discord channel. It's starting to grow now. And come and join us, have a bit of a chat, talk to like-minded individuals. Yeah, and I hope to see you there, guys. Mr. Missing in Action, peace out. I'll see you in the next video.